Now, while today's classic exhibition event has no direct impact upon the Formula One World Championship, you better believe that with their reputations on the line, the drivers down there are still hungry to show that they've got what it takes to get a win. Here we are once more at the Le Castellet circuit for another round of this year's Formula One World Championship. Renault took their first French Grand Prix win all the way back in the inaugural race in 1906, but it was another 73 years before they could take their second. So they'll be pushing hard to delight the local fans here today. The circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6-mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around 205 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Let's talk about the engineer. They're starting towards the back of the field today, and Carver is fast. So they'll be disappointed, won't they?
It's not a nice feeling, I promise you. They've got a quick car underneath them, but they've got onto the grid today and they need a pair of binoculars to see the start lights. They'll be desperate for a good start to make up for some of that deficit.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Lando Norris, and Albon. Ricciardo, Vettel, Kvyat, and Esteban Ocon. Gasly, the engineer, Lance Stroll, and Grosjean, Leclerc, Perez, George Russell, and Nobuharu Matsushita. Schumacher, Magnussen, Giovinazzi, and Nick de Vries. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights. position on lap 1. That's not great, but it's not terrible. Stay focused. You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Some information on Schumacher. Brilliant. Nice move. Go, go, go. Alexander is coming in for his stop. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Fantastic. You've won the Grand Prix.
A nearly flawless performance here then, and a commanding victory. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think the key here was just the quality of the racecraft, you know? I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we have a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it was fantastic to watch, wasn't it? This is a strategic sport at the end of the day, but it's always really gratifying to see close-fought battles on track. It's what all the fans are after.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, my driver of the day has to be Charles Leclerc. He was unstoppable out on the track today, weaving through the competition with ease.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from the owner-drivers team this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.